He couldn't do another. He couldn't make another Dog Father. That's for sure. Okay, he signed with No Limit, and he kind of used that No Limit template to make the third album, which was cool, but that wasn't sustainable either. Like he couldn't do another. The game is to be sold, not to be told, and that's probably the reason why he did.
Real hip hop got everybody talking. Let's go. Yeah, keep it 100 and stay true. Hosted by my homie Q. Tune in and come through. Yeah, this be the spot, the #1 place all day. This is hip hop album debate. Let's go. Hey, yeah.
Welcome to Hip Hop Album Debate, the podcast. This is Q, and this is episode 101, baby. And this debate topic is Snoop Dogg, The Last Meal. Was that album was dope? Was it a classic? Was it regular? Or was it garbage? But before we get into this debate, you guys be sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You know the play. All right, so let's get into this debate, man. Let's get into this conversation. The Last Meal. This came at a crucial time in Snoop's career. As far as I'm concerned, this was his 5th album. It was the last album on No Limit, but more importantly, it was the last album that he was obligated or contractually owed to Death Row. If you guys not familiar with that, even though Snoop was signed to No Limit, Death Row was getting a piece of that pie because they still own the rights to him as an artist, so they leased the rights out to him. If you guys get a chance, man, y'all go check out Reggie Wright, Bomb First podcast. Big shout out to Reggie Wright, the former security guard for Death Row. He kind of went in details in a couple of videos about how Suge Knight and P and Death Row and No Limit, how they kind of worked out that deal for Snoop to finish out his contract, and he was able to be a free man. But The Last Meal, man, it saw Snoop going back to that Snoop that we was first introduced to, but with a little bit more freedom, with a little bit more being comfortable in his own skin. And I think this was critical at that time, because if you look at the first album, Doggy Style, classic, The Dog Father, he goes signed with P. The game is to be sold, not to be told. Dope at the time. It's some dope bangers on that album that I still like to this day. But overall, it was dope then, regular now to me. We've debated that album, and you guys, y'all can go pull that up. It's on one of the episodes. But either way it goes, that album did what it needed to do, because he couldn't make another Dog Father. That's for sure. Okay, he signed with No Limit, and he kind of used that No Limit template to make the third album, which was cool, but that wasn't sustainable either. Like he couldn't do another. The game is to be sold, not to be told, and that's probably the reason why he did. That's why he did. What was this, the 4th album, No Limit, Top Dog or Tank Dog? I can't remember. I always get that mixed up. But that's when he started to kind of incorporate that West Coast G-Funk back into his albums. And then, boom, you get The Last Meal. And The Last Meal, ironically, hold on, let me, big shout out to Beats by the Pound. This is no knock to them, because they produce the games to be sold, not to be told. If I had the option to work with any producer or production team in terms of hip hop, they would be my first option. KLC, Moby D, Craig B. That would be my first option. So with no disrespect to them, it's just sometimes, man, the chemistry, it's a funny thing, man, when it comes to music. hip hop, again, music in general. That chemistry, man. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it can be a one-off. It can work this album. It won't work the second album. Sometimes you can work with a producer, like Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones. They worked together for what, like 3 albums, Off the Wall, Thriller, um, Bad, you know. But then okay, that next album, Quincy was like, man, look, maybe you should work with somebody else. Cause you know, I can only do so much. It's I can only tap into a certain sound for so much. And so I think with No Limit, I think with Beats by the Pound, they was good for a one album. They did produce some on that second album, No Limit Top Dog. But then the Last Meal, they didn't produce uh no tracks on that album. And this also was the album that Snoop started to tap into that whole Ohio players, I'm sorry, Boosie, when he started talking like Boosie, you know, yeah, baby, it's the Snoop D-O-double-G. He started talking like Boosie Collins, you know what I'm saying? Boosie and the Rubber Band, uh, uh, um, the Boosie Collins and his Rubber Band, yeah. So this album, man, this was back to that funk. Listen to the intro. I just want to be free. Oh, yes, I am. That's the Ohio players, you know. Um, I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea about me. I don't got nothing to hide. I want the world to see I'm a gangster. That's Cameo. You know what I'm saying? I'm living a single, single, single. So Snoop, he back to the funk. Uh, I did like the track he did with Timberland. Um, Who Am I? What's My Name? Part 2. S and double O P D O double G Z. Um, that was a good one. We stay on point like Stacey Adams. I was rocking with that. Uh, Losing Control. That was like the little cool little breakup song. I was so in love with times. I was so hurt you made me forget my rhymes. Lay low. Oh, R.I.P. to the badass. That's my fault. Set It Off. If I'm not mistaken, that was the first time Ren and Cube was on the same track for the first time in a long time. So that was a good look for you NWA fans. I know you guys were happy to see that. I know I was. Oh, Ready to Ride, featuring E, produced by Scott Storch. Uh, that was a track I didn't see coming, but it was cool. And hey, if you want to talk about that whole Eminem, Merc J on his own song, the whole Renegade thing, hey, Evie might have did it first because E went in on this joint right here, man. I mean, Snoop was cool, but E went in, man. She did that. Shout out to Eve and Philly and that Rough Riders. They was making some noise at the time. So yeah, man. So this album definitely got some dope songs on there. Definitely got some songs that I like to go back and listen to. Um, can I say this is a classic album? I can't. It did age well. But I just can't say it's a classic album. I do like to go back and listen to it. I do go back and enjoy a good bit of songs on this album. Definitely a dope album, but it wasn't enough to say it was a classic. But definitely on the high dope end for sure. But let's see what you guys got to say. I got nothing but comments for you, baby. All right. It's Big Cheeks 78 writes, classic. True True Story 401 writes, it has some dope joints on there. BTP Media Group said it was dope. Shout out to my man Jeff at BTP Media Group out there in the Bay, West Coast, my man. Master Beats 101 writes, he went out with a bang on his last album for No Limit. Shout out to Master Beats too. He's one of the first ones, man, that was starting to leave comments and stuff when we were in the early days of my podcast, the episodes 1, 2, and 3. All right, those are the comments that we had. So let's go to the polls. Let's go to the polls, baby. Let's go to the polls, baby. Hey. 0% said it was garbage. 17% said it was regular. 33% said it was classic. And 50% said it was dope. And that you have it. You know, I agree with the consensus, and maybe the consensus agree with me. But either way it goes, I think that's fair. I think it's a dope album. I just can't say it's a classic, but you know, you can have a dope album that aged well. It doesn't have to be a classic. I mean, it's some dope music out there that you still listen to. It's some that you can re-release that would do well. Then you got some songs that you can re-release that wouldn't. It's still dope, but you know what I'm saying? It's just like it wouldn't be nothing that you would entertain re-releasing in its same form. I think The Last Meal is one of those albums. It was a good time in history. Definitely brings back nostalgia. I take that back. It's some records on there that you can re-release. I think it's a few on there that you could, you know, like Losing Control. That's a dope song that probably I can see Bruno Mars redoing that if he haven't already. I don't know, but that would be a cool song, like a Bruno Mars type artist to redo. Yeah, it's a couple of songs on there. But yeah, dope record. But hey, you guys let me know what you think. It's an ongoing conversation. Y'all know how it go. This your boy Q. I'm signing off for HipHop-Album-Debate.com and HipHop-Album-Debate, the podcast. 3 words. I'm gone. Peace.
Hey.